Is it time to contact my ex? Or can I contact my ex? Or when is it a good time to contact my ex? Outside of, hey Nick, how do I get my ex back? This is without doubt the question that I get asked the most. So I just want to say a quick shout out to my client Andreas, who I was speaking to last night, and he is the inspiration behind this video today. And he actually asked this question last night. Can I reach out to her? Welcome back to the Love Fix, guys. This is Nick, as always, telling you the truth to get you through your breakups as easily as possible. If today's video is not enough for you to help you get through whatever emotions you might be experiencing today, my details are below. You can reach out to me for a one-to-one voice coaching session at thelove20@gmail.com. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, I think it's important to distinguish the reasonings behind why you want to reach out to your ex. Now, I hear every type of, should we say, explanation from, I just need to talk to them one more time, I need closure, I just need to explain my position, I want to tell them how I'm doing, what am I up to, and I want to ask about them. But it's not really about the question or the words that you want to say, it's the intention behind it. So, if you do want to reach out to your ex, I still strongly recommend that you shouldn't if you've been dumped. But if you are going to reach out to them, there are a few things that you need to make absolutely sure that you're okay with. And the first thing is, what are your intentions? If you've got ulterior motives outside of you just want to catch up, i.e. you want to try and get them back, then you should not be contacting them, because you risk getting rejected twice and you risk going back to day one of the relationship. You risk putting your anxiety back up to 1,000,000%, and you do not want to be there. You've worked very, very hard to get to this point where you're starting to stabilize, you're starting to think a bit more logically and a bit more rationally, and you're starting to move on. So, what are your intentions? If your intentions are, okay, I'm good where I am, I'm okay if they're dating other people, I'm okay if I'm dating other people, and you just want to catch up for a coffee and that's it, because maybe you were good friends but you wasn't so great as boyfriend, girlfriend. And hey, I've been in this position before. I have ex-girlfriends who are my friend because we were great as friends but we wasn't so great as boyfriend and girlfriend. But it took years to get to the point where there was no more awkwardness. We discussed what had happened. We discussed, okay, look, we're both in good places, we're both seeing other people, etc., etc. Now, some of my ex-girlfriends are single and I'm single. We can still meet up, we can have a coffee, and that's it. We just talk about old times, we discuss whatever, and that's fine. But you have to be absolutely sure about that. So, before you think about making this leap of faith, you've got to be prepared for the consequences. They may not want to talk to you, they may be angry with you, they may be seeing other people, they may be sleeping around, they may be married, they might even be on their way to having a child. So you've got to be very, very honest with yourself. How will that affect you? Now, if you have got yourself into a position where you're not attached to an outcome, as in you're okay with scenario A, you're okay with scenario B, C, D, all the way to Z, then sure, reach out. You can say, hey, it's been a long time, how are you? Hey, it's been a long time, can we grab a coffee? Now, their reaction will be their reaction. There's nothing we can do about that. So this is why you have to not be attached to an outcome. You have to make sure that you are in a good place, that you've done the work on yourself, that you're just reaching out because they're a nice human being and you genuinely miss their company on a friendship level and not a romantic level. So what are your intentions? A lot of time it's not what we say, it's the intention behind what we say. And a good example might be like, let's say you're dating someone and they say, I love you. And they say it wholeheartedly, but you're not quite there yet. But nonetheless, you say, I love you back because that's what they expect you to say. They're going to see through that bullshit straight away, okay? They will see through it because you're just saying the words. But if you say, I love you back with passion and the correct intentions, and you actually really feel that, then they will respond well to that. So, arcing back to what are your intentions? Are your intentions just to meet up and have a coffee and just to catch up for old time's sakes? Or do you have the intention of secretly trying to get them back? Secretly trying to alleviate this anxiety spiral that you're in by just listening to their voice, just by being in their company. You want to alleviate your anxiety. I've got news for you, my friends. It won't work. So this is why any advisor, coach, relationship expert, and I don't like using the term expert because the term expert would indicate that that person knows everything, and we don't. There's always something left to learn. It's better to say I'm a student of this subject. Anyone worth their salt will always advise you against reaching out to the person that dumped you, because there is a high degree of probability, there's a very, very high risk that you will get rejected twice by the same person. You will experience that breakup pain twice. You will be going back to day one of the breakup. Is it really worth risking all of the work that you've done from day 0 to whatever day you're on now? It could be 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, 2 years. Is it really worth going back to that point? So you have to do like a cost to benefit risk analysis. Will the benefits outweigh the cost? Probably not. In fact, the risk is probably too damn high. So, is it time to reach out to your ex? To be fair, you can reach out to your ex at any time that you want. I can't stop you. I can advise you not to. But if I was going to reach out to my most recent ex right now, it would have to be with the intention of there's no more romantic feelings there. There's no more closure that I need, and there's no more anything else. But the fact is, I don't see my ex as a friendship option. Never did. So I have enough friends. So when you put it in that kind of context, why are you reaching out to the person who rejected you? Why do you want to do that? And the simple fact is right now you're going through an anxiety spiral, and reaching out to them will alleviate your anxiety. But let's imagine you send that text, they don't text back. They leave you on red. You call them up and you just get a very cold voice on the other end of the phone. Or even worse, maybe they're in bed with someone else. And that's a possibility. And that's the harsh reality of going through a breakup. And this is why you should never reach out to the person who rejected you. Because there are consequences for them for rejecting you. You walked out of my life. You now have to walk back into it. I will decide if I let you back into my life. I will decide if you're worthy of me. I will decide if I'm going to invite you on my journey, if I'm going to invite you to my table. I will decide that. You walked out. You no longer have relationship privileges. So think about it. What are your intentions behind reaching out? And that's all I have to today. As always, guys, I'll see you on the other side.